Okay.
So I have a question. I have a question. How are we gonna, go slowly back to normal or new normal or after COVID life, or how our hair is gonna look like and how long it's gonna take us to do hair? And just tell me what are your thoughts of that?
Well, I think going forward from the information we have so far, which isn't a whole lot, it's no more than really anybody else has, but there'll be no blow drying in the salons for a while. I think at the end of the day, with everything that is doing, it's really about keeping people feeling comfortable, especially because I do feel, even going to the grocery store or other, like, everyone's comfort level is so different. So I think you really need to take that at a very high
concern, like making people feel safe.
Yes.
First and foremost.
For sure. That's for us is the both. So keeping less people in the salon right now, maybe even if we could take a little more, we don't. We're just going to stay 2 at a time.
But I'm assuming two of you can work side by side because your salon is pretty big. It's spacious, and at the front you have a lots of room between two of your chairs, so you can serve 2 clients at a time. Very safe, I would say. What do you think?
I think that you could, but the problem is it's going to take us double the time to do everybody. So personally, in my business, I would prefer to work longer day on my own, knowing I can get more of my clients in one day, rather than having it full of.
For me, I think it's the sanitization that's going to be a problem. So for me, when the days that I work, I'm going to have my client come in. They will stay in one chair for their color, their cut, until they are ready to go for a shampoo. And then they'll come back and they will stay in that chair for the duration of their appointment. Then they go to, our reception, they tap and try to just have no touch zones, as much as we can. Hand sanitizers, wiping down the chair after the client leaves. Even I think it would be a good idea if the client, came in with their hair already wet from home. So then you're able to, cut, color, then wash them. And then, I think curls and natural body is going to be huge this summer. We're lucky that the weather's been good because even just putting in, we have Curls Rocks, Motion Lotion, Hair Resort, really bringing out your own natural texture. Putting a lotion in and away you go. They do that out west. Like a lot of people, they're not in the salons getting the blow dries crazy. They go in, they get what they want, and they walk out. And
even for me now, I'm not doing a lot with my hair. Obviously, less and less as we blow drying, and like that's all we did today. I put a little Hair Resort in there, give a little twist, and off you go. Keeping it simple. And the work good, because we're going to have to go back to a lot of work, I think.
Yeah, just showing the clients with a little bit of texturizing and stuff like that, you can style up your hair. And everybody has some sort of wave in their hair.
I think, as you said, I think actually it's a more problem for ladies with the short hair because they need a haircut probably desperately. I mean,
and then again,
I have a longer hair. I can pull it back, or as Jen, just pull your bangs up, or you can be creative with the longer hair. But short hair,
if people come in, you can give them some braids. Put in some boxer braids are really popular. Whipping their hair up and just putting like a couple bobby pins in there with their hair, and then they're off, to go. So, it's just going to be different that way, but very more casual. I think that the style, and again, eye makeup, I think is going to be all the rage now. And I remember when I was a teenager popping those colored contacts. That might be a way to express yourselves these days. Like, who knows? I used to.
So now when you go get ready for a grocery store, it's just all this part, but mask is the rest of it.
Those eyebrows, microblading it is.
The beautifulest bikini, because if I got to cover my face, who cares?
So I heard Mel is installing a pool in her backyard during all this. Yeah. What are you doing, Jen?
Nothing. I moved to Toronto for my boys for some hockey. So they're playing some pretty high level hockey. So we've rented a townhouse out here, and there's nothing for me to do. So I would like to.
There's great shops and bakeries and
Yeah. I've been eating my way through Toronto since August.
I've been baking bread every day. I don't even eat bread, but yeast was really hard to find. So
Yeah.
on some, so now we got all kinds.
Excellent. So I guess we now have to learn how to distance from our fridges.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the one thing I didn't realize when we really do have a physical job. Like the weight that I put on in 4 weeks, just being home and being a little bored. Like we don't do that at our salon. We are working.
Yes.
And we always said, if you eat your dinner standing up, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
How many times did you eat standing up in the last 8 weeks?
But you're right. In your salon is always something going on. It's always lots of people. It's always busy. I remember even if I drive by your salon and stop by to say hi, it's always full. It's always somebody. And if I call to make an emergency appointment for tomorrow or day after tomorrow, it's usually impossible. It's like Helen would just.
We try to, even if you can't get in with me, there's always someone else, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's good about our salon is that you may go to your specific girl, but if you are ever in a gym, we've worked for over 20 years together. And I know Jen's style, she knows my style, and we know the client's style. And so it works that way. So we are very lucky. Like I said, with salons that have a huge staff, we are lucky that we have, a small one that we can kind of maneuver through these times, and we will be good and we will be okay. And
Absolutely. I remember when I walked first time, and I was in a neighborhood and I walked in, and Mel was like, why didn't you come and try our salon? And I was like, no, I love my hairdresser, and I was just all attached to my hairdresser, and she was like, just come, give us a chance to show you what we can do.
Right, because you sold a house just down around the corner from the
Correct,
salon.
on the same street.
And it just so happened that Helen was working there, right? And then you put the two together. You said, oh, Kativa, Helen, and boom. So it was
and there you go. And after I made my first appointment, all these years, still with Mel.
And the years, they pass fast.
I'm very faithful, Mel. You can tell.
Me too. I've been 24 years with her.
Oh, excellent.
We love what we do, and we're missing it so much, really.
You know what? That's the key. That's the key. You have to be passionate about what you do, and I can see that in both of you.
Yeah, we really miss each other. As much as we, have fun in the salon and we bicker, we're good. We're good. We're such.
You should have a Zoom call. How are you gonna teach us how to do our bangs, and give us instructions how to.
But it's not for coffee. We're gonna have a stiff drink for that one.
Oh, just so we don't get blamed for it.
Do it at home, or don't do it at home.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. I got a good couple pictures I could send you what not to do.
I can't wait to come. I can't wait to come back to salon. I mean, seriously, you can tell how dedicated I am to see you, because I'm driving from Oakville to Burlington every time I need my hair done, and it's just.
How are the highways now, though, with less traffic?
Yeah, there is a lot of traffic. I was going to see one house in Mississauga. It was for sale, and what we do now with our clients, we drive by, so we see the house, and usually they have virtual tours on internet. So that's how we see the house. And during, I would say during April, it wasn't traffic at all, but now there's a lot more traffic.
I find they're really doing the roads right now. If I go head into the salon to just check on things or whatever, they're fixing up a lot of the roads. And how's your business doing? Is it okay? You're doing?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Moving. Real estate is surprisingly still moving. Much more than
the corner went up for sale. in my neighborhood. So it's happening.
Yesterday I was in a 4 multiple offers situation. So still going crazy. Still going crazy.
That's great. Yeah, that hasn't been really affected. Well, I think there's less on the market probably, but
Yes.
but
I mean, everything was
they're
affected.
still holding their value.
Everything was affected somehow, but
I know for me, my personal, because I've been having to self-isolate, like I'm just wanting to go, like, Home Sense is opening tomorrow, and
I
want to
know
do all these things, right? I want to do all these things, but I am a little bit scared.
yes.
But I think the scary for all of us though is be in a year's time, when that's when we're really going to see, right now everyone's kind of holding on and doing okay, but I think the economy, we're really going to see in a year's time from now, like repercussions for sure.
I think we're lucky for now. The government is helping with different things,
Absolutely.
businesses and individuals, but down the road it might affect us tremendously. I agree.